GNT show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek: The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the GNT show. Our continuing mission: to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Oh. Welcome to the GNT show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me. Admiral Shaw.
She's badass.
It's Ceridian.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the GNT show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for coffee clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
Well, we decided we were going to do the GNT show.
Man.
One of the things we said was no standards. GNT show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
Yeah, you've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the GNT show, is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow,
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
This is
out,
Terry
fuck it.
having a series of small
It's news.
strokes, actually.
Well, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate, does it?
Straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I GNT.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the GNT Show, episode 168. I'm Terry Lynn.
Jolan True, sons of bitches. It's Gettysburg 7, also known as Nick. There she is to my left, your right, wearing her flannel pajamas with her big fuzzy tribble slippers. A little disheveled this morning, Terry Lynn.
Yep. Yeah, that's me. But I am wearing my Vulcan Ale t-shirt with my fuzzy slippers.
There you go. And there he is to my right, your left, wearing his battle armor from being with the family, but yet the napkin's still tucked in to catch the gravy. Ceridian. Oh, somebody enjoyed his turkey.
What?
Somebody has
yeah.
the tryptophan sleep still.
Oh,
He
yeah.
does.
Some good targ. Good morning, Kapla. How's
Good
everybody
morning,
doing today?
gentlemen.
How do you carve the targ?
Carefully.
Ba-boom.
With a batleth, of course.
Of course.
Wow.
Or a mechleth. Ooh, a little tiny mechleth. What are they called, the little ones? The Datogs?
Yes. The tachs. I always prefer the mech.
Sensei, you got me with that one. Oh my god, murky potatoes.
No.
That is good. I like that one. So cute.
So, Terry, I saw you and Alan made what was that, a 25-pound bird?
No, what did we do? Oh, we made chili.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we
Because
made chili.
Terry and Alan must go against the grain.
Yes. Well, 20, yeah. I mean, it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
And so we grazed all day. I mean, it was definitely about food. So I made a big pot of chili. And then for lunch, we did like
Turkey Lunchables?
antipasti. Alan had olives and artichoke hearts and cheeses and crackers and wine. We had lots of wine. It was lovely. So we watched football as we grazed, and then we had a big. I made a pot of pasta so we could put the chili on that. So that was good. That was plenty. I mean, that's like over the top for just two people.
Yeah.
And then the next day I did a turkey loaf.
Oh, see, Friday I did turkey loaf too, but I don't think it was the same thing.
And
So, Mike, how many people showed up for your place?
Actually,
30, 40.
Actually, the party was over at my brother's house this year. So there was. He has this old metal barn. Well, it's not old, but he's got this metal barn that he's co-opted into a party house, I guess. And so the past few events, we've been spending half the time over there because he's got the room and everything. But this year for Thanksgiving, he decided to bring it into the house. So we had about 40, 50 people crammed into his house, which was... Yeah, it was crowded. It was very crowded. People were sitting on people's laps, which, you don't want relatives to be sitting on your lap.
Well, it depends.
You don't want my relatives to
Okay,
be on your lap.
I went and I was invited by the lovely Kelly Medding and her sister Dawn, and I went out and spent the holiday with the Medding girls.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Right
I
on.
saw
it
the
was-
picture of the doggy.
Oh my God, he was so. And Dawn was laughing because he's afraid of men.
Oh.
And, you know, he saw me and yipped and barked and ran away. And within 10 minutes, you saw that he was sitting on my lap and everything.
I was a
So
sweetheart.
Dawn was like, I don't understand your gift with animals.
Well,
So
you
that-
were raised with them too, so.
Yeah, you know, and plus, you know,
Yeah, if you're raised with them, you become like puppy whisperers or whatever the case may
exactly.
be.
And then I fell asleep on a chair watching football. And when I woke up, he was laying on my lap and he was sound asleep too.
Right on.
He was a
So
doll.
after Thanksgiving, there's some stuff that happened, huh? There was a lot of rumors. There was a lot of rumors that the Star Trek trailer, or Star Trek, whoa, Terry, holy crap. The Star Wars trailer was going to come out during the football games on Thursday night, right?
Yeah, I heard that rumor.
There was, yeah, and I actually, what a wonderful rumor for pretty much every channel that was carrying a football game that day. Because they definitely had people tuning in who probably wouldn't have in the past. But no, the Jurassic World trailer did come out though, just like we expected.
So bait and switch?
No, I mean everybody knew the Jurassic World trailer was supposed to be. They announced that, and then somebody spread a rumor that Jurassic World pulled the trailer because the Star Wars trailer was going to be released. And I'm like, yeah, that's never going to happen. Who cares? Well, they released the Jurassic World trailer. Kind of cracked me. I love Chris Pratt. I really do. And I'm glad that he got more work. And I'm glad, but I don't think I'm going to be seeing Jurassic
You know,
World.
I was watching a movie yesterday.
Yeah.
What would you say if I told you that there was a film that not only starred Jessica Chastain but had Jason Clarke? Now, Jason Clarke is kind of you'd recognize his face but not necessarily his name. Like he was also in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
But also had James Gandolfini, Barrowman, and Chris Pratt.
Oh.
Would you watch it?
I don't know. Depends on what it was. You know me.
That's Zero Dark 30.
Oh, interesting.
Which is a movie I love.
Yeah.
Just because of, you know, Jessica Chastain is just so goddamn amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
And but I was watching it yesterday, and I was like, wow, that Navy SEAL, just something about him's ringing true. Is that?
Who's Chris?
Wait, what? Let me go to IMDb. Sure enough, it's him. I was like, holy shit.
He's really talented.
And Barrowman is only in it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He plays the aide to James Gandolfini, who's who plays Leon Panetta, the CIA director. Because when I think Leon Panetta, I think James Gandolfini. But nobody's as comfortable throwing F-bombs as James Gandolfini was, evidently, because something I found out is that Leon Panetta, evidently, the word fuck is used as a punctuation mark in his sentences.
When I saw the Jurassic Park trailer, or the Jurassic World trailer,
Yeah.
Matthew Anderson on it with the gif from the scene from God
So,
damn.
Mikey, you were saying?
what I kept every time I watched it, I was like, "Look, it's Star-Lord. Where's Groot?"
Where's Groot? That's probably one I'll be putting back off. I thought somebody posted a meme on Facebook not too long after that, and it was just like, was it a meme or something like that? Why isn't it the entire movie or the entire trailer should be Chris Pratt just running around going, "Didn't anybody watch the first movie?" So yeah, we got a Star Wars trailer, or a teaser, really.
Yeah, Jurassic World is not going to end well. Sorry.
And,
You don't know that.
And it came out yesterday, and it was really cool. It was really fun. It was I think I won't say cool. I'll say it was really fun.
I loved the nod to Spaceballs.
Now, what's so funny is that I guess I'm like the last person who because I totally didn't see that. I didn't. It wasn't until about a half an hour later when all of the "we ain't found shit" stuff started coming up on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I did not. Oh, yeah, I can see where people would see the relationship to that.
I'll
that
just say this about the teaser trailer.
Mm-hmm.
JJ does stunning visuals very well.
Yes.
It looked very cool. I really was digging the scene of the X-Wing skimming over the water.
Wasn't that pretty?
That really was a cool visual. That
grabbed my attention the first time I saw it.
It was just nice to have like a different feel.
Yeah.
You know, and like something real minor, like they had a blue stripe on them, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. I mean, everybody expects that there's going to be some changes because 30 years has passed.
Right.
So.
Now, unlike some people, the lightsaber didn't bother me at all. And wow,
No.
stereotyping was out in full force over.
Yeah.
There
yeah.
are people with full web pages dedicated now to a fucking lightsaber. The only thing that bothered me was that really stupid looking droid. What the fuck?
He was cute, and he was meant to be cute, and he's meant to sell toys. And
Exactly. But physically, how does that work? That's what was bothering me more than anything was how.
It's got a line or a little like it's two
Does it?
hemipheres.
Because I didn't see it.
Well, because it was heading parallel to the camera. But
I hope you're right, Mike. Otherwise, it's gonna really, really bug me.
Did you think it was like levitating over the ball or something?
It's a Star Wars universe.
Oh, that's true.
Who just timed out? Terry?
Yeah, that would be Terry. She's having connection issues, so hopefully she'll be back momentarily.
But yeah, I saw whole chats dedicated to that lightsaber, and I was like, "Wow, really?"
Yeah. When I saw it, my mind went back to Episode 1, and when Darth Maul had his double-bladed lightsaber split in half, and I was like, you know what? I could totally see those becoming like throwing daggers, and
you do love the throwing dagger, don't you?
I do. I think it would be fun seeing a little spinning, rotating ball of burning light heading flying across the room and sticking someone right between the eyes. Hell yeah,
Mike. What are Klingon throwing stars like?
There is such
are there
thing.
Really?
Yes, and they are an assassin's weapon, and I think they're called, I want to say the Cutlatch, but that could be incorrect.
Are they a D6 or a D12 roll?
They're throwing knives, actually, small throwing blades.
Are they really?
Yes, but they're dishonorable, because only assassins use them. And of course, it's dishonorable because, well, a true warrior shows his face and looks his enemy in the eye.
And dies.
When the time
that
comes.
Makes zero sense whatsoever. If you're in a fight and you whip out a couple of throwing stars, that is... Okay, so you're saying... Let me see if I understand this. I love this. When the Klingons invaded Deep Space Nine and they're fighting on the promenade, it would have been dishonorable to use throwing stars.
Well,
because you still have to see the enemy, and they have to. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. However, Klingons gain a bit of pleasure out of watching the life, fade from their enemy's eyes, and the only way you can really do that is by being up close and personal. Being in their face, smelling the stink of their breath. Exhilarating. Hi, Ross.
I am not buying any of that. You know that, right?
Of course.
None of that I buy whatsoever. So, according to that logic, there's no Klingon snipers.
I didn't say that there are none. It's just, I just said that they would for honorable.
No,
yes,
that's an honest question. A sniper would be dishonorable.
Yes, it would be in a sense dishonorable because A, you're not looking your enemy in the eye, and you're it would be dishonorable.
Well, then they really shouldn't have. By that logic, they should not have
spaceships with disruptors and photon torpedoes.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. And a lot of commanders will not destroy a ship. They will board a ship. A lot of Klingon commanders will opt to go that route in order to board the ship so that they can take it. Klingons are actually...
We have now out-geeked the lightsaber conversationalists.
High five. Awesome. Terry, are you back?
She's in the room.
So she must still be... okay.
It's an interesting look into the... Now, Ross says, I think you guys are arguing taste and personal preference right now.
He's also listening 20 seconds back.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And as you can see, Matt Anderson put the Cutlatch in the chat room. It's a nasty looking knife.
Yeah, that would hurt. That would definitely hurt upon the withdrawal.
Yeah, it's designed to make a mess of things.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of coming back from that. I'm waiting for Terry before I whip out the notes.
Well, all the dead air gets trimmed automatically.
Yeah.
So, yes, technical difficulties. Please stand by. Cameraman with a bottle of beer. But I do like the Swiss Army lightsaber, though. That was a cool picture, Matt Anderson.
Just giving me time to enjoy my my chocolate chip muffin and see the Warp 11 boobies.
Mm-hmm.
Bubbies. Oh, boy.
Wouldn't it be a light sword rather than a long saber, Ross? I know that you're going for like the long sword or broadsword type of idea, right? I think. I don't know.
Okay, son.
Hippie John has a question for you in the chat room.
Yes, I like the show Constantine, and it pains me that NBC has already got it on the cancel list. But when you put something on at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday, what do you expect? I think the guy that plays John Constantine is spectacular in it, and I like the show. But, what can you do? The networks, and we've discussed it in the past. What the hell is Jessica talking about?
I have no idea. She just sent Steve lunch courtesy of us. It might be waffles. I can fit the round ones in my CD tray. I think she's more tired than I am.
Drunk, Jessica. What?
I had heard that there is a season 2, but they're going to be cutting this season short.
No, I'm still trying to figure out Jessica.
Yeah, I don't understand that either. But that was in response to Hippie John.
Yeah. Have you seen the show yet, Mike?
Yeah, I've been watching it. I'm not entirely too pleased with it. Then again, it's dark and there's already like Grimm and Supernatural, and so it's kind of along the same veins, except this one's darker than either of those. So it's
because it's got the mood of the comic.
Well, I've never read the comic, but yeah. So for me, it's definitely not my favorite. But I keep watching it week after week, so there's that.
That's that should be their like, they should have that on the screen for the commercials. Yeah, I'm watching it, so there's that. Ceridium, the G&T show. Yeah, no, it's because it's based on the comic book Hellblazer. Which, okay, let me bring this up. Since we're still waiting for Terry, let me bring this up. Did you know that there's two things about his character that NBC will not allow them to show? One is that he's always smoking.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's just idiotic that, especially for a show that comes on at Friday night at 10, they can't show him with a lit cigarette. Does that not strike anybody else as nuts? The other is they're not allowed to show that he's bisexual. This is Hollywood not allowing to show that he's bisexual.
I think I think it's not Hollywood. I think it's NBC.
Well, Hollywood.
NBC, I think, is more prudish.
The station, the network that had Will and Grace on for how long? Isn't it kind of hypocritical of them? Oh, that's interesting. Hippie John says they want to do the Dangerous Habits storyline from the comics. Now that's interesting, Hippie John.
Terry, are you back?
Almost. I'm online. I'm on the phone with Comcast.
Oh, that's a pleasant experience. But yes, I don't know. It's the very fact that I'm not saying they need to show him like being somebody's bottom. You know what I mean? But if it was a female character who was bisexual, I'm betting they would show that.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with the source material to really know. I mean, based on what I'm seeing on the screen, but there is this bias against smoking. There is this bias against certain.
Oh, you gotta love rural New Mexico. Sorry about that, guys.
Thank you for saving my ass.
For what? Were you getting your ass handed to you by Nick?
No, I was about to start digging me a hole.
No, we were talking about Constantine and the fact
I have not seen it. Yeah,
the fact that NBC won't allow them to show that he's bisexual, and I think that's really I don't understand it, especially from the network that did Will and Grace, which was a groundbreaking show, and I'm kind of thinking if Constantine was a woman, they wouldn't have a problem showing it.
I bet you're right. I really do. I bet you're right. I mean,
I'm not saying that's the overwhelming characteristic of the character, but it is kind of an important part of his character. Now they are, as Hippie John has a picture in the chat room showing him smoking, which is a huge part of his character. I mean, he's always got a cigarette in his mouth, but originally it was banned.
And this is a comic book character, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, well, these are things that NBC should have thought of before they greenlit a comic book character that had idiosyncrasies about them that wouldn't necessarily be good for the kids.
Well, and that's the other.
Now,
but
mind
that's
you,
the other thing. It's
hold
on Friday nights.
Before Lanny jumps up into my ass, I'm not saying bisexuality.
Right.
Oh.
But it looks like Lanny got to her. That was a Klingon ninja.
Killed her mid sentence. Oh.
And that's the thing. If it was on Monday nights at 8 too, okay, maybe I'd understand. But Friday nights at 10, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No one's home watching that.
Then that's part of the problem.
Isn't like that the time slot where shows go to die?
Yeah, pretty much. Now it does have the lead in. I think is Grimm the lead in?
I think
at 9.
I think Grimm's on Fox.
What's the lead in? It's a show like that though. Hippie John might be able to tell us.
It could be Grimm. I don't know. I don't watch anything live. DVR or on demand is my friend.
Yeah, right. Or hell, even Hulu Plus or things like that.
Yep.
Well, since Terry's been kicked again, I want to tell you guys about something that I have discovered that I want to pass along. When I'm gaming now, I tend to listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yep.
I've discovered a podcast called Serial. It is really amazing. It's a weekly installment. It's like a long form. The best way I can say it, it's a long form magazine article or investigative journalism show. It's a true story about the murder of a teenage girl in Baltimore, Maryland, and her ex-boyfriend went to jail for it. They were both in high school together, and if you listen to it and the evidence against him, pretty weak. But it's really, really well done and really, really compelling. And I'm so disappointed that I'm all caught up now because binge listening to it while I played World of Tanks was just really great. But yeah, really good listen. Say all. Are you there, Mike?
Yes, I just forgot to push the button. So, well, we should probably try to continue with the show. Although, and hopefully once Terry gets her internet issue resolved, she'll be able to come back in and we can continue our discussion.
Things that I need to get off my mind then.
Yes.
So, yesterday I was in the mall doing some Christmas shopping.
All right.
And I always enter through the same entrance. It's the Barnes & Noble's entrance. And as I was going in, there was a woman outside talking to some people, and she was arguing with them because she's a vegan, and she was arguing how they're all fucked up for eating meat and all of this. Which, fine, shut up. Just you live your life, let me live mine. But I would have been way more inclined to take her seriously if she wasn't fucking smoking a fucking cigarette. If you're gonna lecture us on how to live our life, you stupid.
Don't have fuel. Don't.
Yeah. So that was the start of things. So then I go in the mall and I'm walking around. Now, as you know, there are some teenagers in my life.
Yes.
So I was in Hot Topic. Let me just explain something to people.
Is it like what Wet Seal used to be like?
Yeah, it's a hipster place, but they do have some amazing concert t-shirts.
Oh, cool.
Let me explain something to people. And I mean this. If you're gonna go off about how awesome a Ramones t-shirt is, but you have no idea who the Ramones are or what they meant to music, just saying. But here's the other one. So I'm in there and I'm looking at some stuff, and there's this kid standing next to me, and he's talking about, because they had some Nirvana t-shirts, about how rock and roll Kurt Cobain's suicide was. And he's talking to his friend, and at one point, I couldn't help it. I kind of laughed out loud. And he looked at me, and I'm going to take it as a testament that I must look young, because he was like, oh, yeah, like you know anything about it. So by saying that, you've now opened the door and invited me into your conversation. So I explained to him, yes, I was well there for Kurt Cobain and Pearl Jam and the whole grunge thing exploding and the death of hair metal, and that I went back, that I've still got fucking Clash albums on vinyl from the original pressing and all of that. But, I told him, putting a shotgun in your mouth is not the most rock and roll thing you could do. Look, marrying Courtney Love,
pretty rock and
it's
roll.
a pretty fucking rock and roll thing to do. Okay? Fucking Janis, Jimmy, and Jim Morrison all OD'd. That was pretty fucking rock and roll. John Bonham, in the 24 hours before he died, did approximately 40 shots of 40% alcohol by volume of vodka, after which he choked on his own vomit. That's pretty fucking rock and roll. Okay? Not, ooh, I'm depressed, I'm gonna put a shotgun in my mouth. Keith Moon, who fucking overdosed on Heminevrin, which is a drug to help curb alcohol abuse, asked a woman to cook him steak and eggs, and when she said no, he said, if you don't like it, you can fuck off, and those are the last words anybody heard him say before he died in his sleep that night. That's fucking rock and roll. Don't go telling me that fucking Kurt Cobain was rock and roll, okay? Because I was of the generation that was supposedly so in love with the guy, and I never got it, but I was an Alice in Chains fan. Fucking Lane Stanley was dead for 15 days before anybody found his body because he had withdrawn so much into his heroin addiction. That's fucking rock and roll.
So what you're saying is that Kurt Cobain wasn't fucked up enough.
Oh, no, he was pretty fucked up.
Just wasn't rock and roll fucked up.
No, but I put him
He was
in
normal
the camp.
person fucked up?
I put him in the camp of...
Robin Williams?
No.
Huh?
'Cause
They both suffered from the same thing.
Robin Williams did not suffer from, I'm famous and I hate it. I just want to do my craft. Robin Williams loved being famous. And he was good at it.
I see what you're saying.
Hey, Kurt, there's a really good way to not have the adoring masses following you everywhere. Stop putting out albums.
Stop putting out albums, yeah.
Just saying.
He's dead now, so...
Yeah. But here's the thing that really got me the most in the last week.
Okay.
You know how it's a cute little tradition that presidents pardon the turkey for Thanksgiving? They have a little ceremony where they pardon the turkey and it's all cute and everybody laughs. Well, the city of Seattle has now managed to make the city of San Francisco turn around and go, what the fuck? How did we become eclipsed in the what the fuck department? Because the
San Francisco does pride itself on that. I'm just saying. I've lived there. I know. Go ahead.
The mayor of Seattle pardoned a tofurkey. Pardoned bean curd. Yeah, let's let that sink in. The mayor of Seattle pardoned a tofurkey. He pardoned a fucking tofurkey!
Yeah, I have to say that's pretty stupid. That's pretty dumb. I'm just saying. I agree with you on that one.
And like I said, San Francisco is now going, town meeting, everybody get together. Let's go. How are we going to beat this shit?
No, actually, they're really not. They're sitting back going, ooh, boy, did that one.
Who in the mayor's office said, hey, mayor, bean curd?
You know what that is? You and I both know what that was is sensitivity gone overboard, right? This was, oh, we'll have him pardon a turkey. It's like, oh yeah, but we really want to make sure that we include the vegan community. I'm serious. It was probably a conversation straight out of like Veep.
Oh boy. I mean, if you're going to pardon something, why not pardon a turducken? I mean, for really.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah, that's
Get all three of them out
different
there.
birds in there.
Three different birds.
yeah,
Get
I
them all
mean-
done. Exactly.
And why is the Thanksgiving turkey pardoned, but yet not the 4th of July cows and pigs?
We could start that.
And
I'm serious. You know we could.
These turkeys don't live that long because they're born and raised and bred to be really super oversized so that they can be served. And now there's somebody that we know that is vegan who was posting about their Thanksgiving and said saved another turkey's life. No, you didn't. It's on somebody else's table.
Or it was given to charity, which is good because people
It's still
who
on
are
somebody's
up there,
table. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fed somebody. Oh, yay! Oh, well, so far I've been online for a whole whopping 6 whole minutes. So
there's some days I just can't. I can't. I think there's
So
days
don't.
I understand why ISIS thinks the way they do.
Oh, please.
And when I heard this, the tofurkey thing, I was like, well, I can't hate them if they're upset with us.
Please. I know you're being dramatic, but there's somebody out there who thinks you're being serious right now. So just warning you, you're going to get more emails.
Okay. Whatever. It's just, you're right. It's sensitivity gone awry. Look, I'm a sensitive motherfucker, okay? But really? What? Did they pardon the potatoes as well?
Wait a minute.
There would be an uprising if anybody pardoned potatoes and I couldn't. I'm just saying.
The Irish alone.
I'm tired, so things are sinking in slowly. How does pardoning a tofurkey appease the vegan community? Wouldn't pardoning the actual turkey take care of that all on its own?
Yes, but it just goes to
it's
show
the
you
symbolism that what they're eating
exactly
is being pardoned as well. Mike, it's all symbolism over substance.
Well,
exactly.
Why?
I know. See, Michael, you're getting it because you understand how dumb it is.
Mike, it's the same week that we all learned the best way to show your displeasure with something is to burn your own city down.
Well, they've been doing that for eons, right?
Yeah.
There's no other way. Yeah, we can talk about that on another podcast. But yes, or you could do it the opposite way, and to show your celebration, you can burn your city down. It just
We won! We won! Flip the cars!
Let's turn over the buses.
Really, that goes back to being a kid and just flipping your Hot Wheels or your Matchbox cars when something goes well. It's just the adult version of that.
Oh, boy.
Except insurance is involved, just saying.
Wait a minute, your stuff wasn't insured?
Well, you do know that
my father made me pay him insurance every year.
I was going to say, yeah. Well, cars, I'm not sure about. I don't know about, but there, all those poor people whose stores got looted, that ain't covered.
No, not at all. And that's why those people that burned it and looted it in a couple of months are going to go, man, I ain't got a job. I don't understand why.
Because everybody left. They
can't held back.
Coverage. I know. Okay. All right. So we're an hour into the show. And for everybody, I do apologize for my connectivity issues. Not sure what the issues have been. They can't even diagnose it. Yeah, we can't even diagnose it through, for some reason, it's just popping out. It's not
Wi-Fi?
It's definitely the cable modem. So,
the same 50-year-old cable modem that
Hey, Mike, 50, I think this week's
brand new.
Oh, so you have gotten a new one since last time?
Not since you've been there, but that cable modem, that big ass thing, that's what Comcast gives people now. It's huge. It used to be about the size of a CD.
Yeah.
It used to be really small, but because now they have included, there's actually an internal wireless router in the inside of that as well. So now it's this big, huge monstrosity thing. Ugh, it's ugly as sin. But,
yeah, I've got Comcast. I know all about it.
I know. Well, and they've been great. And as a matter of fact,
said no one ever. What?
I love it. No, my God, I love them.
Comcast?
I love them. Yes, love them. Oh my God, we've never been happier. And
what? Wait, you're the one?
I am the one. I adore them, and they've always been extreme. Well, that and the fact that the guys, they've been so helpful. They were like, okay, look, if it goes out again, here's the direct line. You don't have to go through
that is good.
Automated help. So I have a direct line.
Wow, you called them so much that you have the direct line?
No, they just gave it to me today.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, yeah, that doesn't speak well if you called so
much. No. I mean, it was just, but so I have a direct line for the internet people and a direct line for the cable people. I mean, they're just, I don't know. It may be a New Mexico thing because we were the first state that Comcast upgraded to its 100 megabits per second.
Was it really? New Mexico was?
Yeah, because there's so many federal employees that work in remote regions. Los Alamos and everything. So they were like, okay, well, we'll test it here first because we can test remote using and all of that stuff. So they got it. They laid all new cable, and it's been brilliant. But for some reason, it was being sensitive today. So we're not sure if there's if it keeps popping out today. Then they're going to come out and check the connection at the street to see if there's something going on because of the weather.
I was going to add, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask.
So there's actually a little bit of Star Trek news, not a lot.
Star Trek news? I am so proud to be a talkie geek.
We've got our problems with the film, which we'll get into on our dopey little podcast and nitpick it to death.
Star Trek news?
So congratulations to the always dreamy David Mack. There's Legos?
Star Trek news?
Yes, the story behind the story. The movie that never was made. They got a Klingon!
I know.
Sold.
That's right, I'm gonna throw in a Buck Mackay rookie card. That's right, a Buck Mackay for people. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
Star Trek news? Did you guys realize that we are already in...
Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. I was just looking at the chat room.
A little slow.
Thank you, Jessica.
So it begins. 50 years ago, this month, Star Trek was starting to be filmed. Do you believe
Yes,
that?
the Cage.
They started filming Star Trek 50 years ago. And so now we can begin our year-long celebration of the 50th anniversary of Star Trek. I'm so excited.
And in order to celebrate the Cage, I was going to masturbate, and then I canceled it.
Oh, right around stroke 3.
Yeah.
Ba-dum-cha. Very funny. Very funny. Well done.
So I cracked myself up. And speaking of the Cage, it's a good chance for us to pimp The Green Girl by George Pappy.
Yes.
Really is a fantastic documentary about Susan Oliver, who played Vina, otherwise known as Terry.
Yes.
She was
The Orion Girl. What?
the Green Girl.
Yes.
Let's try that again. Oh, it's about Susan Oliver, who played Vina, also known as...
The Green Girl.
There you go. Mike, I think the title of this week's show is Uncomfortable Silences.
Did we
And
lose
now-
Mike?
All right.
That's Mike.
No, that was an uncomfortable silence. Which will get
Well done.
completely cut out
As
in
it
the
were.
final version, but yeah.
No, leave that one in.
That's pretty funny.
Grumpy
What
Cat
else?
movies tonight.
Which is frightening.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. You know that I will I will follow my sword for Tard. You know that.
Yes.
I
yeah.
love that cat.
It is very cute.
Face.
It's very cute. It's very
Because
cute.
you just want to run and hold her. Oh, look at her.
Some wonderful science news that has come out. You can check out on the Reuters. It's RT, Ugh, right? That's the Russian one. Is that RT? Isn't RT the Russian one?
I thought RU was the Russian one.
Oh, then what is RT? Well, either way, it's
Is it is it RTDT?
By the way, did you guys come up with other names for the little rolling droid? Because I did.
Okay, what's your name for it?
D20.
D20?
Uh-huh. For the little dice, because it looks like a little ball of, it looks like a dice. You roll a D20.
I got it.
Sorry. Okay.
No,
So whatever.
don't be sorry. You had me smiling.
When I got cut off, it's because I was talking about the Dyson vacuum cleaner. You know, the balls that roll the Dyson vacuum cleaners now?
Nice.
What it looks like. Well, either way, did I put this? I did. Did they see me roll? Very cute. Did not. Yes, I did. Okay. So RT posts a science article that updates some information about the shields that protect the Earth. We've always known about the magnetic shield that protects the Earth from certain forms of radiation from the sun, but it also looks like there's another layer to this that scientists are now kind of comparing to a Star Trek shield, which I thought was kind of interesting. It's good reading for those of you who are interested in sciencey stuff.
Cool. There's your D20, Terry.
Oh, I see. Did somebody already make it?
No.
Oh, there's the D20. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, it's got a little light up in
What
the
the
die.
fuck is
How
that
cute.
Sunsale's got going on?
I really don't want to know because it kind of looks.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. You.
Speaking of hot lube,
Now for the fun products that are coming out, Mike. I think you've already known about this, but
Kabla!
The
Klingon blood.
Klingon
What do you think
bloodline.
I've been drinking this whole time?
Klingon blood wine is now available for order. You can get it through StarTrek.com, or I don't know if there's a link. Yeah, at Vinport. Bottles sell for $19.99. Give
It's
it
a good vintage.
oh, and I've got a rant coming up with something I know you're going to post about. You're going to talk
Okay.
about.
While actual Klingon blood wine was pretty much deadly to humans, this one's perfectly drinkable because it is a blend of Malbec, Syrah, and Petit Verdot. So it comes out of a winery in Paso Robles, California, and so give it a try. It sounds lovely.
Oh, cool. It's local.
Yes, and one of my favorite wineries on the planet comes from Paso Robles. That's Justin. So there's some good wines coming out of that region. What else? So I got that one. Oh, the book we talked about last week. Did you guys see that? That the pop-up book is now available in the UK.
Yeah. I remember.
Like, yeah.
Well, he's a little upset with me because I forgot to tell him that, yes, well, I'll be away next week, that I leave for New York on Wednesday, and we have a certain scheduled appointment with two people that I will not be able to attend. So Mikey's cranky with me.
I'm not cranky at you. I'm just tired. It's been... Yesterday was a trying day.
Role well, so don't.
He is. He's being sweet. But either way, I'll be in New York on Wednesday, so we'll see. Never been to the city before. So a fascinating thing for me.
That's okay. Nick and I are gonna have a fascinating conversation with a couple authors.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you I can't be there Wednesday.
Are you? Damn you, Nick!
No, that's fine.
Well, the pop-up book is available in the UK now, people, so you can order it and get it. It's just, that's the first time I've ever seen a picture of it.
It's
that
fun.
With the
it looks awesome.
Cube? How cute! Oh my god, it's so cute. I need to get it.
It's got Deep Space Nine during the Dominion War. Yeah.
Nick, did I not talk about something that you thought I'd post about? What the heck?
Yeah, the vinyl pops.
I am in heaven. Aren't they the cutest things ever?
Sure, if you're a fan of humans and Klingons and Borg.
I know you're not the only person who's upset about the lack of a Romulan or Crusher. Crusher's missing.
Holy shit, she is.
Yeah, Crusher's missing too.
They have a Borg, but not Crusher.
They have a Borg,
it could be worse.
but not Crusher.
It could be worse. They could have Wesley, and they could have Wesley and not Beverly.
Although that would sell like
I know,
crazy.
Right?
Did you post a link for that?
I did not, but I can, because I'm trying to find it now. And I'm like, where did it come from? It's on my Facebook page, isn't it?
Yeah, there's 2 Klingons on there.
There's Worf and a separate Klingon.
See, Worf doesn't count, though. And I don't mean that as a disrespectful thing, Mike, because he's to me, Worf is so ubiquitous and standalone. You know what I mean?
He's thought of more as a crew member as opposed to being like Klingon.
Yeah, but I just think of him as Worf. Yeah.
He's his own noun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
But,
okay,
I pre-ordered the Worf and the Klingon, which
of course
I'm so glad
that you have the chance to order a Klingon.
I have dubbed the Klingon Kern because it's got the same ridge pattern as the House of Moog. So yes. I'm naming mine Kern.
Oh, and he's very. That's what I'm saying too. He's very Kern. Yeah, I have to say, there's no Crusher, there's no Romulan, there's no Andorian. Which I can't say that there would be an Andorian for TNG. There should be for Enterprise if they ever decide to Enterprise.
Oh hell yeah, sure.
So
a little wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be awesome? I really want one. But the one thing about pop vinyl is that they do bring them out in series,
in waves. Yeah.
So hopefully they'll catch a clue and put out.
Ironically, Troy's hair is the same size as it was in The Next Generation.
In the show, compared to the rest of her body. Yes. Oh my god, so funny. And of course they had to put her in the unitard because, that's what her character's famous for, which sucks.
How frightening is Geordi's visor on that thing?
I know, it's huge.
Women love me for my visor. Now, they come out with a Deep Space Nine one, they better have a gun.
Oh yeah.
Oh, can you imagine? Oh my god, how cute. Well, I admit, yes, I pre-ordered. I did. Of course I did. Did you think I wouldn't?
Yeah, she got her Riker.
I got my Riker.
Did you get any others?
I seriously thought about getting the Picard. I really like the Picard.
He is cute. His bald head is cute.
Thank you.
Well, I have like the Picard USB, the jump drive, and then I have the, what do they call them? The mini mates?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have the Picard and the Queen, the Borg Queen of those, the little ball thing.
Data's eyes, though, freak me out.
Yeah.
I half expect them...
Deanna looked hot in that outfit, and you know it. Okay, sorry?
I half expect them to, light up.
Ooh, that'd be twice as freaky. Ew. So, let's get to a little bit of game news.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
A PC game called Alien Domain, Star Trek Alien Domain, begins PC closed beta testing this week. Didn't even know it existed until this week. Did you?
Do you have
called?
It's called Star Trek Alien Domain.
Share the link. I think we talked about it once before on the show.
Did we? We might have. Well,
I think this is the Undine. I think this is the Undine browser game that we had discussed some time back.
It is a browser-based game, and it looks like it's an RTS.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? I mean, it looks like it's a real-time strategy game.
Yeah,
So-
we've talked about this before, once before on the show. It was a while back, but
It was a long time ago.
Oh, that's kind of cool. They got a Klingon bridge, and wow, not bad.
So it begins beta testing. So yay, another game. Speaking of games, I downloaded for free this week Star Trek Trexels on my iPad.
Still Apple only, iOS only.
I don't know because I have an Apple, so I didn't notice.
Yeah.
I didn't
good for you.
notice. And it was free, so I don't know if it was a holiday thing or not, but they have a new one out called Star Trek Trexels The Next Generation. So there's a second game.
Looks like give me a minute to confirm this.
Okay.
Poor Marina. That photo has been memed so many times.
Which one? Oh, are we looking at the chat room? Oh, I
Yeah.
know. It's cute. But it's a cute, you know what? That's when I really started to like her character because she started to get more human, which is funny. But yeah, she started to lighten up a little bit. And not the least of which is you actually started to see real, true friendship interaction between the crew members. That whole sequence with her and Geordi and Data and the captain is awesome because it's actually just a conversation where you start to say, oh my God, they really do have a camaraderie, that there's a friendship here. I like that episode.
Okay, Star Trek Trexels tweeted to the Grand Negus. It's not on Android yet, but it will be this year.
Excellent news. That's great news.
Yep. So yeah, I'm looking forward.
It's a very cute game, I have to admit. I like it a lot. What else has come up? Oh, as far as games are concerned, we talked about that. So a little bit about Star Trek Online.
Sure.
So I got the Pathfinder.
Right on.
They got me good. They had a Zen sale, which is always a really good thing for me. I don't buy Zen unless it's on sale, where you get the extra 15% or more.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought some, and then they had the Thanksgiving Ferengi sale, which is everything in the C-store was 20% off, including the Pathfinder.
Right on.
So I bought it. I put Bill in it, and it's sweet. It's a very lovely ship. Thomas, you really kicked ass on it. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful ship, and it's a perfect for my science officer, and he loves it very much. He is the Sojourner Truth.
I finished Delta Rising, the story.
I know that you're not going to be doing spoilers for me. I am, but tell me, your impressions are?
Overall, I loved it. Overall, it was great.
Okay.
There were moments when I was like, huh? What the hell? But again, I was willing to overlook that. And I think at a couple points, there were choices that you make during the mission. I'm not sure, but I was talking with Hippie John this morning, and he believes, as I do, that the decisions that we make in one mission affects the outcome in
another?
In the second to last mission.
That's really interesting because you told me about
if
that.
If it's true, this is like revolutionary.
So I need to ask people in the chat room, if you've played through the Delta Rising information already, have you played through and do you believe that your choices in one mission, in an earlier mission, affect the outcome in the later missions? Has that been confirmed? Have you guys noticed it? Has anybody else talked about it?
Well, in order to really figure out whether or not it's happened, we have to kind of sort of reveal what the circumstances are. And I don't want to do that because it's spoilery. So it's kind of like one of those things where we kind of just have to wait a little bit longer before we start asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. There's already a couple of Delta Rising missions. I'm now a level 55.
Cool.
And I've confirmed no, it does not, Hippie. Okay. Interesting.
Meaning no one's been able to confirm confirm it. Again, it requires.
No. Oh, I see.
It requires
people
collaboration and talking, and yeah.
Yeah, we need to get Al back on, but I really do want to play through I really want to play through the content first, but it's a little time gated.
Yeah. At the very least,
my second transporter this week, so I'm all excited about that.
Oh, right on. A couple things. Hippie John says first, but at the very least, they have managed to make it look like they did with Dev Magic. And then Sun Seal says she wants to know why the EMH Mark I is a nurse.
I thought about that too when I got the duty officer. Nick, have you gone through any of this yet?
I have not been able to upgrade.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, well, I understand. No,
I kind of understand why it's a nurse is because it's been 30 years and the EMH Mark I's have not been upgraded, or they've been mining the lithium this whole time.
And what you're getting is not the doctor, you're getting an EMH Mark I.
Yeah, they got a reprieve from dilithium duty.
Right.
I said duty.
So they would not have the qualifications to be a doctor 30 years after they were created. I think a nurse is appropriate. I'm just saying that's what it is. Their programming hasn't been upgraded, but yeah, it's the DOF ability, so we can beam down to use a hey, that's great. Whatever works. It is a nursing duty. It's like
right on.
If it were the Dr. Sunseal, if you were getting a DOF that was like a complete. First off, they're not going to do that. They're not going to clone the programming of the doctor because he had changed so much.
Well, he's also kept up with the times.
Right. What we're getting is like a Windows Me version of the doctor.
Oh, God, no. Blue screen of death. He reaches for a hypo. Blue screen of death. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. Well, so I'm still on the Kobali homeworld, but I've learned my lesson from the last, we talked last when I was very frustrated by the transporter gating. To get back up into space, do the patrols, because I didn't realize that I know it sounds stupid, but remember, I'm a literal thinker, everyone. I go down to a world not unlike Nimbus, right? And I think I have to finish Nimbus out before I need to go back up. I didn't think of it more like we do, say in Romulus, where we can go do a little bit on the ground and then go back up and there's a patrol back up. The only problem I have is that the patrols, well, no, not even that. The patrols are totally repeatable, so that wasn't so bad. I'm just, me, I'm not a space. I would rather sit like I did on Romulus and be able to just grind that all day, but it's a little bit more difficult on Kobali Prime. But I've been managing through it. I've been getting back up into the space, getting the story. You have to hunt for the episodes. You have to go to you have to hail Starfleet Command. And then if there's one available, then you have to hail it, which as far as I'm concerned, it would be nice if there was a nice pop-up for it. But that's a small complaint.
Wait, on the patrols, the hail, the Lissette or whoever?
Is it Burgess? The English guy, right? He gives you a set when you're ready to progress through story content. He gives you a set of patrols, and then there's like a mission.
Is Burgess the Federation guy? I haven't done it on the Federation
the English
side.
Federation guy, yeah.
Okay.
By the way, I just went through a mission this week, which was the one where you have to go beam down to the Lissette, and the Vardoir, the super Vardoir guy is there. And there is please, somebody help me because it's driving me crazy. There is a liberated Borg engineer or security officer, right? Who's got all of these scenarios planned out. Who does the voice for that character? It's driving me absolutely crazy. Who does the voice?
In that episode, I think all the voices are done by the same guy.
Is it? Okay.
I think so. Because when I was listening to him...
Even the accent?
Yes. I think it's the same guy doing all the voices in that episode because it was getting to me as well. There was something about the voice that was just grabbing my attention. And I think it's all because we heard it 5 seconds earlier as in a different accent.
Huh. Maybe that's it because it was driving me crazy.
I think it's the same guy.
Okay. Then that makes... Because it was driving me crazy. I'm like, why does this voice sound so familiar?
Because you just literally heard it.
Because I just heard it. Okay. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. That's who I think it is. That's what I think it is because it's the same actor doing 2 or 3 roles in this episode. And the voice, although he tries and he just changed it up, you can still tell it's the same voice, at least for me.
Okay.
But then again, I work with audio, so
I know that the woman who does she does like a bazillion different voices. She does there's only like 2 women who do voices in the game, and it's Adrian and then this other woman. That's kind of it. So,
yeah.
I'm kind of used to that. But because it was like this, just I don't know. It wasn't an Australian accent necessarily either. It was just this weird British hybrid thing. It was yeah.
Like I said, I with Gates and Starviner and Bone, I do a lot of I work with a lot of voices, a lot of people doing voices, and so I don't want to say my ear's trained to pick it up, but working with Adrian, I can tell it's still Adrian, no matter how she disguises her voice. So just because I've been exposed to it, so for me it immediately jumped out. That's the same guy. So
it is. Okay. See, for me, I was wondering whether or not it was a dev, and I was just not picking up on specifically which one it was. And that's why I was kind of going crazy.
It could be, right? It could be. I still don't know who did the voice, but I do know what I feel is that voice voice actor did those 2 roles.
Okay. Well, okay. I don't feel so bad because it kind of drew me out because I was like, but it was fun. I really enjoyed that one, and I like the fact that they gave you something to do, that you had to draw the guy into the area to get zapped, and there was a little bit of strategy you had to pull off at the end. Not a lot, just a little. And of course,
as I had mentioned, I had finished the story, so now it's like I still want to earn the points, the specialization points, but without it's like, now what do I do? Because it seems like I can't finish an advanced queue for the life of me, and I'm not gaining a lot of experience doing the queues at all. It seems like, and so it's like how
have you tried the R's?
So I'm kind of like trying to figure out, okay, so what do I do now? How do I continue to level? It's like, so I don't know.
What level are you?
I'm 60, but you continue to gain specialization points.
Right.
And I've earned 13 of them so far, or 14 of them so far.
Wow.
But it's like, now what? The STFs aren't doing it for me, or the queues aren't really doing it for me. I'm still doing DOS, still doing but it's like the experience is nothing like running those original missions, and I don't think the replays give you as much experience. So it's like, okay, so now what?
Yeah, it is.
Sunsail is yelling at you in the chat room.
Yeah, she is. She's totally.
Yes, I know. And I've been doing DOS. I don't ever stop doing DOS.
I hear her adorable little accent as she's typing.
Oh, I know. I have yet to get there, so I can't commiserate with you just yet. I have, to be honest with you, I know I'm going to run into a problem because I have to upgrade a lot of stuff for things to work well. Although I can't complain. The stuff I'm using now works just fine. And I'm upgrading things as I can. I'm lucky because I have plenty of dilithium to do it. I'm glad I hoarded it. I am so glad I hoarded my dilithium. So glad. Because it's helping me now. And I have to say, I'm having fun crafting the little items that you need to upgrade your items. So I'm kind of in the middle of actually really enjoying the game when I'm in it. I haven't gotten to that point where I'm looking for ways to continue gaining skill points. And I can see where the frustration would come in. Not unlike, what I was dealing with last week, which was, I would love to be able to grind this. I just can't do it easily. Yes, that's kind of where every game is left, right? You get to a point where you've played through all the content. What do you do?
Well, I have a feeling. Ross says that the queues provide a lot of XP. That may be true. However, I don't think you gain nearly as much XP when you're on a queue run that fails.
No, you don't. You don't. Did I tell you I tried an advanced with the guys in the fleet?
You did? How did that go?
Nebula Advanced.
How did that go?
Not well.
Really?
Not well at all. Not well at all.
Well, I haven't done them under the new system yet either.
There is a trick I did not know. Sharon, who is it? He guided me through it, told me what we were supposed to do, because I'm so used to playing Azure Nebula on its regular, right? You try to free as many ships as possible. In this new advanced one, get 2 minutes to free 3 ships. And trust me when I say that's not easy. So there's 5 of you, and you have to free 3 ships in 2 minutes. So there's kind of this idea that
3 ships in how long?
2 minutes.
2. Oh crap. Yeah, that is
especially if you get well guarded ships. It's not like there's 3 Talisas. If you get a couple of hay packs and you're screwed.
It's it's almost like 2 groups of 2 with a third person setting up the third ship, and then both groups take out theirs as quickly as possible and then converge on the last one, and hopefully by the skin of your teeth you can make it. But I don't know.
But it's the goal of how fast can you get them done. So now there's this idea that somebody has repulsors and gets between the ship and the guarding ships and pushes the Tholian ships away as fast as possible, while the second ship works solely on the tractor beams.
Yeah.
And then gets the ship free as fast as possible. So that's really what the goal is to get them. And it was so hard. We got 2 ships done.
You can also kind of like have one person stand back out of range, weapons range, and then kind of like cloak and sneak in, and then kind of like stick close to the captured vessel. And then go ahead.
I have that because I have the intelligence, the intelligence escort. So Sharon went in and tried to get them far away enough. The problem is that the moment that your cloak ship starts to take down the tractor beams, it uncloaks itself. So you have to wait until they're out of firing range. So it doesn't matter if you're cloaked or not.
Yeah, I'm not happy with the new Q changes. That's for sure. I'm not happy with the Q changes.
Get like two marks if you fail.
Yeah, it depends on how many objectives you complete. But yeah.
Well, because we pugged the 5th person, we failed and he bailed because again, you failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't blame them. You fail and why? You're going to take your 2 marks and run and try to wait out the 20 minutes before you can try again. I laughed. Go ahead, Nick.
No, I wouldn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you did. So it was a little frustrating, and I see where people were having some issues.
And what gets me is advance is so difficult now, and yet you're required to do advance in order to get the little tchotchkes that you need in order to upgrade to get the ancient
technology things.
Yeah, this is across the board. This is not just the ancient technologies that we're talking about now. So it's ridiculous. I mean, they built a system that no one that seemingly the average player cannot ever progress in.
Right. And there was a very intentional reason for that. And that was they didn't want the normal player, the quote unquote, the average player to be able to get that. They wanted to make these difficult to get. And they were throwing a bone to the min-maxers.
Well, isn't that what Elite is for?
Is it? Is Elite still around?
They brought it back just for them.
And you mean Elite's harder than that?
Yes.
Oh!
All of the objectives are all of the optional objectives from normal and advanced are now required, and there are new optionals.
Holy crap!
So yeah, it's even harder for them. But it's like, why have the reputation system at all with rewards that an average player can never achieve, even if they do get to tier 5?
Yeah. I personally like the idea of bringing it back, allowing, what it is that as far as I'm concerned, in any game, it doesn't matter if it's Star Trek Online or not, that any MMO there should only be 2 ways of getting the best gear. One, you should either have to earn it by having it dropped on you in an ultra level cooperative effort, like a raid or a skirmish. And 2, you should be able to, with difficulty, mind you, with difficulty, craft it. And that's it.
Well, these aren't even supposed to be high-end gear. They're it's just gear geared towards a specific.
Right.
species. So it's not even really high end gear. I mean, it's still Mark 12.
Right.
It's still elite. It's not ultra, or it's still it's not the ultra rare or the super rare or the gold or whatever. I mean, it's on the same par as everything else, and they've made it impossible to now get.
I don't disagree. I think that there should be an easier way for you to get the baseline, what we are calling baseline, meaning the stuff that you get from the reputation system, in order for you to craft a better level of it. Correct?
What I think they need to do is introduce the Dilchatsis at normal, and maybe give 2 of them out at on advanced, and then 3 or whatever for elite. But requiring that the only way to get them is elite or advanced is ridiculous. No one's going to be able to do it now on not the way that they're currently made.
Okay, I agree. I think that you should. I think that's a perfect way of doing it. Is that you get 1 on normal and 2 on advanced, and the special magic lucky whatever it is that they get from elite. I don't know, whatever that is, right?
Yeah, I mean, we need a bone here, because this is not.
I agree. Oh my goodness, we don't have an Ask Dayton, do we? We have.
Yes, we do.
Oh, we do. What? I didn't get it.
No, because he sent it directly to me, Mike.
And then how am I supposed to post it on the website?
Because we didn't have email at the time, so he sent it directly to me. I will forward it to you, Mr. Producer Man. It might get all territorial.
I'm loving it.
Listen to that.
I'm excited that we haven't asked Dayton. It's been a long time.
Okay, go ahead and vamp while I pull it up. Go on to another topic while I pull it up.
Speaking of vamp, did you see that Emily Stone is going to be doing Cabaret on Broadway?
Emma Stone or Emily?
I'm sorry, Emma Stone. Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. Alan said that. I'm like, oh, she's going to be great. Let me see. Because there's a.
Watch her read the phone book.
Wait, wait till you see the picture that I'm going to post for you, sweetheart. Be prepared, because I don't think he's going to be breathing very well after that. He has to scroll down a little bit.
I don't see anything that. Okay.
Very nice.
I'm so glad, because I didn't like her as a blonde.
Oh yeah, no, the red's back.
Yeah, thank God.
But I just figured her and the Merry Widow.
She would be an amazing Dark Alice.
Oh yeah,
she'd be an amazing.
Thank you, Matthew Anderson.
Tell you what else she'd be amazing at.
And and Neoma says, "Can I have that outfit? Isn't it beautiful? It's really pretty."
Right on.
So that was, I don't know why that brought up to my, vamping. That was it, vamping. He said vamp, and I thought, Emma Stone in Cabaret. Well, there you go, Terry.
Dear Dayton, this is Ask Dayton number 108.
Did you see who's here?
No.
Our special guest this week, none other than the man, the myth, the legend,
author extraordinaire.
Just ask him, Dayton Ward.
Up in here.
He's delicious.
The man is a sage.
Dayton Ward is here. Hi, Dayton.
Hello, Dayton.
Hello, Newman.
And Mark just handed him his complimentary gin and tonic for the G&T show, so that's always good.
Oh, that's good.
Firefly vodka. See, if we knew he was coming, we would have taken him to the green room with the green women.
God damn it, go read the Ask Dayton.
Oh, Dayton.
Oh, Dayton. Dayton Ward is Grumpy Cat.
Dayton Ward, troller of trolls. He's such a diva.
Pay attention, Ask Dayton fans. Everybody got their pad and pencil ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Would you like to be a part of the Ask Dayton experience?
Send your questions to hosts@gntshow.com.
He titled it Giving Thanks for Sweatpants. Dear Dayton, so what is Thanksgiving like at La Casa del Ward? Are you even allowed within 20 feet of the kitchen? Do you watch the parade? What's the most awkward Thanksgiving memory you have? Thanks, man. Dayton's reply. As Nick reads this, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving, by which time most people who partook of the holiday festivities have begun their 4th day wearing the same sweatpants they donned prior to Thursday's feast.
Oh my God, he's not lying.
This is because those grungy things and the equally stained and threadbare shirt worn on them are either the only damn things that will still fit, or else the wearer has eschewed such things as basic hygiene for the duration of the extended holiday weekend. We pause here for anyone who still has at least one post-gluttony belch they've been banking for a special occasion. Everybody good? Alrighty then, moving on. The biggest difference between this Thanksgiving and the past several years was this was the first time observed at Ward Manor 2.0. We naturally took advantage of our larger kitchen and dining areas and invited my wife's mother along with a couple of our dear friends to participate participate in the annual stuffing of the faces. Terry, did you get your invite? Because mine must have been lost in the mail. Mike, did you get yours?
No.
Probably an oversight by his staff. Though my wife and the kids had one of the parades on TV while they were going about meal preparations, I managed to push some words toward the current writing project before our guests arrived, taking advantage of the lull to put on a favored pair of those aforementioned sweatpants. Once suitably attired, and upon arrival of our guests, the final preparations for the annual devouring of the sacrificial poultry commenced.
Yay.
While I am by no means a slouch when it comes to cooking, my wife took point so far as preparing this particular meal. Once our guests arrived and everything was ready to go, she was the first to sample the turkey and declare it tasty and fit for human consumption. This is to say, she grabbed one of the guest of honor's plump, succulent legs and proceeded to demeat it like a lion gorging on a fresh kill. I've met his wife, and just the idea of him describing her like that makes me laugh. In addition to the meal, there was also traditional entertainment, which means being remote spectators to a scheduled tournament of gladiatorial combat. A pride of vicious lions from Detroit was pitted against a sleuth of bears imported from faraway exotic land of Chicago. It was a spirited fight and did well to placate the bloodlust of the masses, at least until dinner had settled and it was time to dive into the dessert course. That's right, we capped off our meal with pie. Pumpkin for those keeping score at home, along with a chocolate cream job, and some other thing I didn't even bother sampling because I stopped caring about the available options once I heard chocolate, okay?
Yeah, sweet.
We opted to forego the second round of games and instead selected a movie from my vast library, all while struggling to avoid succumbing to our individual food comas. Once the day was over and everyone had gone home and the evidence of our carnage was cleaned up, my sweatpants and I opted to end the day by celebrating another milestone by spinning up the cage, as the date also marked the 50th anniversary of the original Star Trek's pilot's first day of filming in 1964. Because I'm a Trekkie. That's why, hello, have we met? And yeah,
Yay.
I had a turkey sandwich while watching Captain Pike go all rogue on the Telosians. I probably had another piece of pie, too. Don't judge me. Shut up. You're not my mom. As for awkward moments at Thanksgiving, I can't really think of anything like that ever occurring. I mean,
All right, Nick.
No, I had to copy something. Control. Okay.
Where were you?
As for awkward moments at Thanksgiving, I can't really think of anything like that ever occurring. I mean, I've never done anything as moronic as the guy who sent a picture of his dick to his girlfriend's sister. Yeah, that happened. And the link provided by Dayton is in the chat room now. What sucks is that nobody can ever do that sort of thing again without being accused of copying this asshole. He fucked it up for everybody. That's okay, though. I've got something better planned for Christmas. And no, sweatpants will not be involved.
Oh, no. Thank you, Dayton. That was awesome.
Thank you, Dayton.
Yeah, guy,
Oh, that's just so wrong.
his girlfriend was sending him sexting pictures, and as they were making plans with his sister's girlfriend for all getting together for Thanksgiving, he did not realize the girlfriend's sister had replied to him, so he just hit reply thinking it was his girlfriend, and, well, hello! But the best part is...
That's an accident, yeah.
But the best part is, he said, what do you think of this? And the girlfriend's sister said, I've been waiting for that. Awkward.
Oh, man.
And then, for some reason, it turned out all ugly and the sisters aren't talking to each other. I told Dayton, this guy blew it. He could have had the dream threesome. The sisters. And he blew it. And as I'm talking about threesomes, I'm staring at Naoma Vasilia below Emma Stone, and I may need a nap afterwards.
I think you should. Oh my God, too funny. Dayton, that rocks. I did, for the record,
how did he
my
find
sweatpants.
that?
I changed my sweatpants. I am now in a different pair of sweatpants, but I am wearing sweatpants.
Let me just say that after Thanksgiving, I had a 2.5-hour drive home because Kelly had to go to work at 7:30 the next morning because she works retail.
Right.
So the tryptophan coma fighting
dude.
while driving.
Not good.
I have learned, by the way, for long drives, I am now subscribed to a whole bunch of different podcasts on Podcast One.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know there's people that don't like them, and I don't get it. but goddamn if Adam Carolla isn't fucking hilarious. And, you know, Adam Carolla, just a quick scroll here. That's a great story. He was a guy that worked contracting. He was building houses, you know, carpenter, all of that. Jimmy Kimmel found him. I think either he called into Jimmy's show or he met him somewhere, and Jimmy said, "Oh my God, you're funny." And that's how Adam Carolla got his start, which says a lot. Jimmy Kimmel seems like one of those guys that'd be really cool to hang around with.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that's the good thing about late night now. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, they're all guys like Johnny Carson that you think would just be cool to have at a dinner party.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Fallon is knocking it out of the park.
Fucking Fallon. I'm going to be honest. I did not like him on Saturday Night Live.
I didn't either. But holy crap, is he is the second coming of Johnny Carson.
This is his milieu. Yeah, I said it. He's a big enough fan of pop culture and culture, and a smart enough guy who can also discuss a myriad of things.
Right. No, you're right. That's
and
exactly
I think that's important. Johnny Carson always seemed like he was a fan. Now we all know that, you know, if you read, Johnny was extremely private, extremely withdrawn.
Right.
But at least he appeared interested. What I didn't like about Jay Leno was he had the prepared questions and that was it.
Jay Leno, again, he laughed at people. He never laughed with them.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon will abandon the entire thing and go in an entirely different direction.
Looking like he has no problem being the self-deprecating fool if it brings a laugh. And he's and all it comes off as adorable as opposed to slimy. Like
and he makes he makes the guests look good. He has done more for Justin Timberlake's image than any of Justin Timberlake's publicists.
Yeah, well, that and the fact that Justin Timberlake happens to be
a good guy,
a really good guy, and an extremely talented one on top of it.
Yeah,
somebody whose talent is more than what you see. He's greater than the sum of his.
I think I told this story here on the show. I became a fan of his when he was being punked, you know, the Ashton Kutcher show, and he thought his dogs were being taken away by the IRS because they said he owed all this money, and he was like about in tears, and I was like, I can't hate him. I can't hate him at all.
Yeah, I would have been, look at that doggy on the chat room.
Speaking of doggies, did you do anything for the Wonder Twins?
We did. We went on a very long walk yesterday.
For Thanksgiving to help them walk it off?
Yeah, we did. And they had a very good time.
Wow, did you see the little German Shepherd puppy I sent you?
I did.
Oh my God.
Very sweet. I know. It's all that much. And yes, they were very cute. And they're being very sweet right now. Although Chloe was very talkative when I was on the phone with Comcast.
Hey, Mike, how's Buddy? Because the last we knew, you had given him a seizure.
He has seizures all the time, but he's doing well. Grumpy as ever.
Aww.
Yeah, but isn't that why you love him?
Well, it's why we tolerate him. He drives us crazy. He's so grumpy.
The buddy doggy.
All he does is bark. I mean, he's like hypercritical. You know, if dogs could be hypercritical, he'd be hypercritical.
Oh, he reminds me of our dog buddy. You should see that dog. He does nothing but complain.
That is yes.
So awesome. Well, Mike, do we have any announcements?
Yes. People can still check out the Work in Progress website that I've been working on through gntshow.com/GNT_test. Our fundraiser is still ongoing, so please contribute. We had received a sizable donation. Thank you.
Thank you.
That allowed or will allow us, I'm waiting for the funds to clear, to purchase most of the plugins that we need. So thank you for that.
Amazing. Thank you to our donors. And Mike, it's coming along beautifully. I think it's looking very streamlined, much more focused. Beautiful. It's very nice.
Right on. Thank you. So there's that. The next thing that we're looking to get is the subscriptions. After we finish getting all the plugins, the subscriptions. So that's like backups for the database and for the files, various metrics and whatnot. So, and like I said, those are the subscriptions. Those are the next phase. So please contribute if you can. Continue sharing the fundraiser if not. Thank you.
And remember, the more space we have, more / porno we can put up.
Oh, Janet wants me to point out that on the new site, you will see in the footer that we have a Patreon link where you can make regular monthly donations to support the show. So, yeah, we got one of those now. But it's only currently available on the test site. It'll be rolled out, with the final. Let's see what else is going on. Gates of Sto-vo-kor, Messages from the Outback, Part 1 has been released. Next week is Part 1 of Gorn of a Different Color. So look for that on Starfinder's website. Let's see. I have in my hands, I had to let go of the button in order to... I have in my hands not one, but 2 copies of Warrior Woman by Jen Ucelis.
Yay, Jen Ucelis.
So we need to come up with a contest. So, but yes, I got in my hot little hands 2 copies. Awesome. So let us brainstorm on this, and hopefully when we come back next week, we'll have a contest.
Speaking of next week, I will not be here.
All right.
I'm off to New York. I'm going to a coverage symposium that begins on Wednesday.
That sounds incredibly boring.
Doesn't it? Just 700 people together to talk about coverage.
But you're going to be in New York City, so yeah!
I'm going to be in New York City, and it'll be my very first time in Manhattan.
Have you let Dave Mack and Keith and them know?
I have not, but I kind of figured that, they don't even live in Manhattan. It might be one of those things. I'm kind of under the impression that New York is one of those things where people avoid Manhattan if they don't live in it.
They're not that far, Terry.
They're not? Okay. No, I just gonna assume
if you're in Manhattan, you don't at least let Keith know.
Yeah, and that girl, I would be. Okay.
Now, I do want to point out a G&T effect.
Yeah.
When we put up the interview I did with Gigi Edgley,
yes.
Their Kickstarter was at about 40-45%. They're now at 81%.
Excellent news.
I want to attribute that to us and not anybody else because that's how I roll. But don't forget Kickstarter for Runic Films #movie. I put the link in the chat room and help them out. It's a really cool sounding project, and Gigi Edgley is she's as big a fan as any of us of geeks of the geek stuff. And if she's backing it, she's pretty selective.
That's cool.
Give it a look. Help them if you can. They've got everything laid out on the website. They're very transparent, which is all we've ever asked for when we do something. When we tell about somebody's Kickstarter.
That's very cool.
One more piece of business. I would like to thank and congratulate our very own Jespa.
Yes.
She has been working so hard, working on our
Ron Jeremy.
Dude.
On our social media. She has been making great strides in it. At last I heard we were somewhere around 190 or so likes. She wanted us to mention on the show, let's get us up to 200 people.
Let's get us over 200 on Facebook. Would you?
Yeah, so please
spread the love.
Keep liking us, keep sharing us. Also, Janet, Jespa, thank you. Congratulations. She has been gainfully employed. So we are very happy for her, and hopefully she will not abandon us.
We appreciate everything that she can do for us when she does.
Yes.
By the way, everything that she's done for us has been as a volunteer, but yet at the same time has really helped not just us, but I think her practice a little bit. But she's been so amazing at handling our Twitter accounts, our Pinterest, our Facebook, everything that we've done, and
the weekly reports are just
weekly reports. It's just been so amazing.
I know. I've had my people watch it, reading those for me.
My people. Thank you very much, Jespa, and congratulations so very much. Can
we?
Jespo, can we not do the 3-hour conference calls anymore, though? Because those are really getting out of hand.
I'm just so
Actually,
happy
I
for
do
her.
need to have a conversation with her sometime soon. So, but yeah.
Ooh, Jespo.
You in trouble.
You're in
You in
trouble. You're being
trouble.
called into the producer's office.
That's me when Mike gets cranky, man. You don't want to deal with it. You just want to lay low. I do have a couple of just a real quick announcement regarding this year's Star Trek convention.
Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
We're talking about
Oh,
Vegas.
Yes.
You're coming to Vegas, right?
Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show.
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent appears wearing a vest.
Nick, you'll be very happy to hear that Clyde Kusatsu has joined up. Admiral Nakamura.
Oh, cool.
What?
His excitement level was through the roof.
Actually, Tracy Coco has signed. She, of course, is one of the more recognizable, frequent extras that we saw. I don't want to call her really an extra, but, she was on TNG a lot. She's the woman that Frakes chases down the hallway in that infamous...
She's a background player.
Yeah, she's a background player. That's about... Yeah, I don't want
that's
to say she's an
hilarious when
extra,
he chases
but
her down the hall.
Right, it's pretty funny. Julie Cobb, who played Yeoman Leslie Thompson in the original series by Any Other Name, she has signed up, as well as Rosemary Morgan, who played Peary in Star Trek Voyager's The Shoot. That goes along with pretty much everybody we announced last week, including, nobody else has changed. Walter Koenig will be there. But Admiral Nakamura, this is first ever Star Trek convention. So.
He's all right, but he's no Admiral Nagora.
I like Admiral. Okay, cool. That's pretty much it for this week's episode. Sorry for the connection issues earlier in the show. It seemed to have kind of worked its way out. Hopefully it'll stay that way. And
by the way, Janice is now watching Deep Space Nine.
Yay! And I'm looking forward to speaking to her. What season are you in? Season is she in? Still in season 1?
No, I think she's probably almost through season 2.
Okay. I'm interested in hearing her. And how her opinions may progress throughout the show. Because mine did. Mine went back and forth.
She's a big fan of Odo. I can tell you she's a big fan of Odo.
I love Odo. Odo's a wonderful character.
Yeah.
Oh, number 168, Terralyn is swallowed by Comcast.
There she is, season 2, almost at the end.
Okay. I'm interested in hearing what you think, Janice, because my opinions of certain characters, would fluctuate. Like they did in Enterprise, too. My opinions of Archer would flip back and forth.
Well, she hasn't met Wei Yun yet, and I know she really loved Shran. So I'm going to be interested to see, because she loves Shran, what she thinks of Wei Yun. Just because,
Or Brunt.
Brunt. But okay, here's one for you. Shran or Wei Yun? Who'd you like more?
Shran. Oh, hands down, Shran.
See, I love Shran, but there's something so honest in the sliminess of Wei Yun.
Yeah.
Because he was being sincere every time.
I'd rather have Brunt.
Of course you would.
Brunt rocks. I'm sorry, but Brunt.
Yeah. I mean, he's also a very honest character. He's
honest in his sliminess too.
Yeah.
So was Shran.
He does tend to play these honest, very honest type of characters. Although Wei Yun always struck me as someone that would be willing to stab you in the back for the Founders. Although Brunt would kind of also be rather stabby.
Well, Founders are wise in all things.
The Founders are wise.
But I don't know.
Now, see, she says, we'll have to chat. There are some characters I really can't stand. You know what she said? She actually said to me, I don't get why everybody loves O'Brien. He just fixes things.
Yeah, wait till. Well, we haven't gotten to the Torture O'Brien episode yet.
Yes, they have. She's already got a Fuck with O'Brien episode. A couple
Trust
of
me,
them.
Janice. Wait, yeah, probably around season 5 is when I start to appreciate the O'Brien.
I think when the bromance is in full swing is when the beauty of O'Brien comes out.
When you finally get rid, as far as I'm concerned, what bothers me about O'Brien is the fact that he's
married to Keiko.
Yeah, totally. It's just, she bugs the.
You did say that. Look, she says I never said that. I did not make that up. You did say that because I argued with you. So don't even try. I was like, because he's Miles. That's why. Don't even.
Well, Miles will grow on you a little. He did for me. He grew on me a little bit towards the. It's like any other season. I think, or any other show. I start to really adore the characters right around season 3. So that's when they. And she is a female. Oh,
who? Kira? Can you not stand Kira? You did too.
Kira can be.
No, she's saying she didn't say that. She totally said that.
Well, I'm still interested. I bet Kira can be completely annoying completely because you just want her to like, holy crap, are you just, she's like a little rage ball and you're like, dude, chill out. Yeah, I can see that. I can see where Kira can be very annoying to somebody who hasn't seen the show before. And she starts, like other characters, she starts to soften up a little bit, and she needed to. The reason why is the same reason why any character in the first couple of episodes of any, or first couple of seasons of any show.
Probably the best episode of season 1.
Duet?
Yes.
Yes. However, Duet was admittedly kind of a, how do I say it?
Shocking for so early in a series.
Yeah.
Show.
It was out of it was kind of out of sequence.
Yeah.
Duet would have probably fit better in seasons 4 or 5. And it would have made a better fit mentally.
But don't you think because of Duet, when I don't want to ruin it for her, the other Cardassian with the daughter?
It's the same thing.
You know who I'm talking about, not Ducat.
Yes. No.
You know what I'm talking about.
Where she, yes. I know which one you're talking about. It's like the same with any other thing or any other show, is that these characters and these actors didn't really get to mold these characters into something more until like season 3 and season 4. And that's when you really start to see the actors are comfortable in the skin of their character.
Wait until she gets to
Nana Visitor. I admit, Nana Visitor, I think she overplayed the anger or the rebelliousness of it. It comes off too strong in the first couple of seasons where you just want to smack her. You just want to smack her. But she mellows out.
Wasn't it towards the end of the third season, beginning of during the hiatus between 3 and 4, that the production kind of loosened the reins on the characters a bit, because they allowed Sisko to shave his head, grow his goatee, which is what the actor himself was more comfortable with and had been wanting the whole time.
For that, though, because if he had been shaved and goatee from the beginning, it was too much of Hawk from Spencer for Hire. That was the exact same look as Hawk. So I understood very well they're not wanting that from the start.
Yeah. But Louise Fletcher does a fantastic job. Kai Wynn, you hate her from the beginning.
So hateful, yeah.
And you hate her consistently throughout the whole season.
Oh, but why, child?
But give Kira some time, because you realize too is that kind of in the actress's way, she was overplaying the anger, but at the same time, it's over time she starts to trust those other characters a little bit more, the same way that the actress starts to trust the character a little bit more.
It's not that long. The Cardassians had just left Bajor, so it's not that long.
Right. So it is and I'm with you, because I hated her in the first couple of seasons, except for Duet. Duet was like, holy crap, what an amazing episode. But there were times at the end of an episode where I look at Alan and I go, why does everyone love Kira so much? Because I think she's a fucking bitch. I hate her. I mean, she's so mean. She's so just chill. But she does. She ends up being one of my favorite characters. Not my favorite character, but one of my favorite characters.
From one conqueror war to another is how she viewed it. And
right.
I can understand. They gave up the Cardassians, and now there's the Federation, and it's like, can't we stand up on our own 2 feet ourselves? I mean, that's what we fought for, and here we finally have it. And what do? Invite the Federation in.
Yeah.
I mean, that comment alone just sets up the whole thing for her character,
right?
For the first few seasons.
And again, I'm more than I'm more than understanding of where Janice is coming from at this point in time, and I'm looking forward. That's what I'm saying is I'm really looking forward to talking to her at the end when she gets through season 7 at the end of it, so we can have a really great conversation with her about her impressions of the characters and how they may evolve over the course of the 7 seasons.
Janice, you're scheduled in for when you finish.
Yep, because it's going to be a fun conversation, because I have a feeling that she's going to do the same thing I did, and that is characters you once loved, you'll hate, and vice versa. It'll be quite interesting. Okay, well, that was a typical G&T squirrel at the end of the show, but
yeah, but it was actually connected to Star Trek.
It was totally connected to Star Trek, which was awesome. So thanks. Have a great one, you guys. I will see you on the 9th. No, not the 9th. What? I'm not going to see you till the next. Wait, yeah.
Oh my God.
14th. I have to turn my calendar. I'm still in November.
Anybody else think that Nurse Cratchit was kind of hot?
He was supposed to be. He was supposed to be pretty and evil.
She's got like ball gags. Anyway.
Which is why they played her the way they did in High Anxiety.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I know.
High Anxiety.
Cloris Leachman. Those who are late do not get fruit cup. So I will see you guys on the 14th.
Who wants to watch Deep Space Nine? Come on, Chief. Put your hand up, Chief. Put your hand up, Chief. It's Deep Space Nine.
So, no, I like Enterprise better than DS9 myself. So
you're all communists.
No, really, I'm not. I loved Enterprise. Loved it. TNG, then Enterprise. Loved it. All right, I'll see you guys on the 14th. I don't know if you're going to guest host next week or not, but
alrighty.
Have a great one. So live long and prosper.
Kapla. Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
G&T show is a busy little Beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my old man. Represent the human race, and we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G gonna travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy-free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A zero-G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobe.